Honestly, when I played this team, I didn't expect that it would go that way, but hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a very fun team here for the current Color Cup. This is a complete anti-meta team here with Ferrothorn, with our Camerupt, and also our Ho-Oh. I thought this would be a video about how Ho-Oh can sweep the endgame or whatever like that. But, yeah, I kind of want to actually make the video just because Ho is currently in raids, but you see already on the thumbnail or whatever, it's all about Camerupt. Camerupt is such a cool Pokemon in this current meta. Honestly, I can highly recommend you this Pokemon. I cannot recommend you Ho at all, like don't run Ho, but Camerupt is so much fun. I don't know if you're going to win this first game here, but Camerupt had so much play against so many Pokemon. As you see a Tentacruel coming in against our Earth Power, let's see if this is going to go through. Goodbye Tentacruel there. Goodbye opponent. You see already why this Pokemon is so much fun as well. This typing is so good in the current meta. You see here, opponent goes into a Toxapex. Hello Toxapex, we are still a ground type. Earth Power comes through, Earth Power going to get the defense drop, and Earth Power going to completely destroy the opponent, allowing us to hopefully farm them down because of the defense drop now. Of course we have to shield up the opponent's Ryan, but still, Camerupt is just going to town, knocking out the first opponent. In comes the Zapdos again. We're going to be able to resist as well the electric type moves from the opponent. This meta currently is grass type Pokemon, basically Trevenant, and as well like Ferrothorn or whatever. The Toxapex, as well as electric type Pokemon. Against all of them, Camerupt is just going to town. We get even the defense drop here again against the opponent's Zapdos. We will be able to go into our Ho-Oh now, get the farm down done, and we will see now the opponent going to forfeit immediately. This is so much fun, honestly. Of course, something that you cannot really beat with this team, which I also would have most likely liked to have a little bit of a different Pokemon in the back compared to Ho-Oh. You could use something, for example, like Charizard, which would be way safer. But here we're going to encounter a Ninetales where we don't really have a lot to do against it. And my opponent plays also pretty well. I'm going to shield this up because I would be able to get to the next move, I think. But they're going to swap out into that Trevenant, which will allow them to farm me down in time. So we're gonna go ahead and go into our Ferrothorn, of course, because we cannot really allow the opponent here to have the Ninetales against us. We will be able to farm up to 100 energy here, and we can go for the Flash Cannon to knock out the opponent. We have to swap out immediately. But this is not really looking too good here for us. We will be able to go into our Ho-Oh, but the Ninetales is going to just have too much health left, and there's not a lot that I can do here. I hope that they go for like Overheat, but they don't. And I hope they at least can see the final Pokemon. That would be very kind of the opponent. Let's see. We will see that we can go ahead and go for the Earthquake here. They can just shield and knock me out if they wanted to, but they don't, so I can at least see the last Pokemon, which is going to be a Tropius, which would have been a cool one here, but sadly we didn't ever align it against any of our Fire-type Pokemon, so this is going to be a good game here. Next one coming in here, we're going to see a Shiftry in the lead. This is going to be okay for us as we can go ahead and go into our Camerupt. We see sadly now the Pelipper coming in. This is not really the ideal scenario for us. We can still go for the Overheat and get the shield advantage here, which is the best thing that could have happened to us. I think if they let the Overheat go through, I would have been able to farm them down actually, because Shadow Camerupt hits insanely hard. And Overheat is such a strong move. It's stab, it's Shadow boosted. I don't think it even mattered if they were Water type or not, so I think it was a decent shield by the opponent. We will be able to get the Pelipper very low here. We have to let all moves go through here as well. It's going to be just a Weather Ball, and we can swap into our Ho-Oh, getting some energy lead. Does this help us? We will see. We're going to see the Shiftry coming back in, which will allow us also to knock them straight out of here. And now we have like 80 energy here, and let's see what they have in the pack. A Ferrothorn. This is going to be a good game there. I don't know why they were ABA weak to fire, which is something not you shouldn't really do here, but we will be able to just go ahead, go for the Brave Bird here, knock them straight out of here. Goodbye. Next opponent, Tropius lead, horrible lead. We're going to swap out into our Camerupt. What is coming in here? We're going to see a Marowak coming in. Marowak will not appreciate those Earth Powers either, so let's go for that one. We're going to get the shield immediately here, and we actually will be able to just shield up the move as well, I guess. But sadly, again, if you had Charizard in the back, this would have been way better, because you had a way better matchup than against Marowak in the back. But like this here, sadly, we're going to have to go for the Earth Power now. They can't just shield and knock me out later on. And this might be a little bit of an issue. Again, I feel like if I didn't have Ho-Oh, it would have even went better. But I think I played like 4 sets, had 2 negative sets, but had also 2 4-1s with this team. So like, I'm totally fine with that one. Definitely went positive with this team, which is kind of funny. Not crazy, like not by a crazy amount, like 1-2 games or something, but like still, for having such a fun, unique team and also having a Ho-Oh in the back instead of anything that's actually usable, I'm totally fine with that one. As we're going to encounter here actually, maybe we should have let this move go through here and just let them knock me out, because now my Ho-Oh doesn't really have the best time either, and we see a Warren in the back, which is basically a good game at this point of time already. But yeah, like, I feel like this team definitely had a lot of potential as well without the Ho-Oh in the back, which is just a very squishy Pokemon that alone would be most likely very decent in a very bulky team, because you would be able to just nuke opponents if you have a shield advantage. But with already a Camerupt on the team and Ferrothorn not being the crazy bulkiest Pokemon either, it's not really the best idea to have a Ho-Oh in the back as well here. But we will be able to go for the power whip against the opponent's Toxapex here, going to get them a little bit lower. We actually need 3 power whips to knock them out, and you see how much damage they do as well against us. We see a Trevenant coming in. Trevenant is a little bit of an awkward one. There are 2 things that you can do here. You can either go for your charge move here, trying to knock them out before, or you just farm them all the way down. Both are fine, but you need 2 shields against the Trevenant, which is not really ideal. Maybe I should have went into Ho instead, but we're still going to be able to now go for Earth Powers against the incoming Toxapex here. So they either can give me a shield here or let this move go through. They're going to let this move go through. Goodbye there. And we see a Shiftry coming in. Shiftry will not appreciate Incinerate, and we can just go ahead and even swap out here into our Ferrothorn, forcing another shield, or they're going to let this move go through as well, which will put them into 1 Incinerate range. And this is going to be an easy game now. We have literally 2 Incinerate users in the back. There is not a lot that they can do about this one. They will not even be able to one-shot my Shadow Ho-Oh with any move here other than Hurricane. And they're gonna go for the Leaf Blade here, expecting me to go into my other Fire-type Pokemon, which didn't work out for them. Let's take a look at the next one. We're going to see the Toxapex Elite, very good for us so far, and we see a Trevenant coming in here. This matchup is not way better than the other one, and also, for whatever reason, I actually didn't know that this was a thing. I lose CMP against the Trevenant with my Ho-Oh. Like, it's a legendary bird. Like, how does it lose against this tree here? Like, it doesn't really make too much sense. I should have let this move go through. I actually do let this move go through, which is cool. And I should go into my Ferrothorn and try to farm them all the way down. This is actually not the dumbest idea, I think. I think they're still get to a Shadow Ball though, which was maybe the dumbest idea then. And we see a Gorgeist coming in. This is not the worst though. But the thing is, you need, I think 2 shields can afford the Camerupt to beat a Toxapex. So I don't know if this was really the smartest idea either. Still going to be a very close game though. We will be able to go for the Earth Power immediately here. And I actually should let this... Oh no, I should have let this move go through and I would have won this game. Why did I do that here? I would have been able to farm down with Bullet Seed and would have get to a ton of energy, and now I throw my charge move. Okay, we completely through this game. If I let the move go through there, farm them down with my Ferrothorn, I should have 2 power-ups stored for the opponent's Gorgeist, which would have been enough here. Surely, yeah, okay, I completely misplayed this game. I could have won this game as well there. That was on my end there. As we see another Toxapex in the lead, finally we see some Toxapex here. As we see the Shiftry coming in against us, they're most likely going to have a Trevenant in the back like this. Let's see, we will be able to farm them all the way down. Now we have an Earthquake stored, we have a Brave Bird stored, and we're going to encounter, never mind, an Empress in the back. We will go for 1 Earthquake here, which will allow us to do some nice damage against them if they would let this move go through. But they're going to go ahead and go for a charge move here, allowing us as well to go ahead and go into our Camerupt. Camerupt will be able to get a ton of energy here. Just gonna go ahead and go for 2 Incinerates, and we see the Toxapex coming back in here, which has to take 1 charge move here as well. Earth Power coming through, we're going to swap out now, and we have still our Camerupt available to farm down later, and we will have now our Toxapex from the opponent against our Tentacruel, I wanted to say. It's not Tentacruel. It's definitely not a Tentacruel, it's a Ferrothorn. But we will be able to go ahead, go for some power whip damage here as well. This will 2-shot them, which is really nice for us, as they can still go for another move. No, they cannot, and this is going to be a very good game here, as we will be able to knock them out here, and we can just go ahead and go for another charge move here, or swap onto the charge move into our Camerupt. Never mind, Camerupt is just farming them all the way down. Good game there. Next opponent. Muscle lead, horrible lead for us. We're going to swap out immediately, and we get out. I thought it was a Toxapex, but now they're running the Qwilfish. And this is a very different story. It's not as good as Toxapex. Like, for us, like, in general, it's worse most likely than Toxapex, but for us in this scenario, it just gets to the awkward tail way faster than the Toxapex got to their charge moves. So this is really not ideal. Maybe should have shielded and try to get the final shield as well, but this is really not a good matchup for us here right now, sadly. And we kind of have to keep the shields, I guess, for our Ho-Oh. Actually, I think if I went for the shield there and went for 2 shields down on both sides, I think that might have been the better play for me, because I would have been able to, yeah, okay, I think I would have maybe been able to actually still win this game if I just shielded them one more time and went for another Earth Power there. So I think that was on my bad again there. I think I could have definitely played this a little bit better, but it's definitely also not the easiest one to play with a lot of squishy Pokemon here. But yeah, I think I could have played this better if I just went ahead and went for 2 shields, because I would have had then the option to just nuke the opponent there with my Pokemon, which would have been way better. Well, with a shield they just had an advantage because they were way spammier than me with 2 Wither Ball users there. We will see the Ferrothorn coming in here, which has to go for 1 charge move, which gives us a ton of energy now. We have 80 energy on our Pokemon. We see the Toxapex coming in, and we nearly have 2 Earth Power stored already. We'll be able to go for 1 here, going to get the defense drop as well. We can go ahead and go for 2 more fast moves and go for another move here. Let's see what they want to do here. They're going to shield this move up, and we will be able to let this move go through as well. Trying to go, I think, into our Ho-Oh now, trying to farm them all the way down here as we see a Stunfisk coming in, which will allow us to go into our Ferrothorn, and this is going to be a very good game. You see as well, like, usually the average time I think I needed for 1 battle was around 1.5 minutes, which was very nice to play, to be fair, because I just got my battles done very fast. We see here the opponent with a Toxapex in the lead again. Gonna go for the Sludge Wave, totally fine for me as we see the Trevenant coming in. We have 100 energy on our Ferrothorn in the lead, which is going to be very good as we see the Seed Bomb coming through. They can go for 2 Seed Bombs. I can actually go for 1 Earth Power here as well, which allows me to get either the shield here or the knockout, and I will be able to get the shield, which I think is the better play for me anyway. But here now we're going to see the Toxapex coming back in. We can go for 1 Earth Power. This will do a ton of damage if it goes through, but they're going to shield this move up. And we will see here as well that we can go back into our Ferrothorn after this one. And we should have a great time here. Let's see what they want to do here. We're going to go for 1 Power Whip. We're going to overfarm a little bit and go for another one. Should went for 1 more fast move here. But this Power Whip coming through, going to get them very low. And we can even knock them out in time before they even get to 1 charge move. I was, by the way, outside playing the game while I was doing those battles here right now. That's why you most likely see the Pokeballs coming through there. We see the Brave Bird coming through, and we're going to be able to destroy the Jumpluff. We currently have the Festival of Colors event going on, of course, and we have currently 3 hours of lures, so I put down some lures and played my games outside, even though it was kind of freezing, but you see already snow in the background. We kind of have snow right now as well, which is kind of wild in mid-March, but yeah, we will see here the opponent having the Pelipper, which is going to be a really horrible one for us, as we have to go for another Power Whip, and I think this is the team that I showcased before on my channel, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to have a certain Pokemon in the back, which is going to be tough to beat. So we will see here the opponent gonna go ahead, go for 1 Weather Ball, and they're swapping into this Swamp, but I could have went for 1 more fast move. And if I went for this 1 more fast move, I think I would have been way better off, like way better off, because I would have got to this charge move here now and would have knocked them out. But I also lose CMP against a Pelipper with my Ho-Oh for whatever reason. I didn't know that this was a thing, but we're actually going to make a really crazy play here by going for 1 more fast move, waiting out 3 turns, and then catching the move. I thought there would be energy dry now, and we would have a chance to farm them all the way down here. Turns out they weren't. Like, they weren't even close to it. I made my crazy play for literally nothing there. And yeah, we're going to lose this battle. I don't even know what they had in the back then, but I think it was the team that I showcased on my channel as well. So if you watched this, congrats on winning against me there. But yeah, we have like also not really more serious team here. Speaking of more serious, we're going to encounter a Ferrothorn against us. We have 2 fire types in the back. They're going to go for the Flash Cannon, allowing us to get some energy here. Hello, Lantern! We can go for the Earth Power here. What's up, Lantern? Goodbye, Lantern. It's still going to get to another charge move here, sadly, but we will be able to farm them all the way down. And we just trap in those water types. And we see another water type coming in. What's up, Toxapex? We can go for 1 Earth Power. We're going to be able to get the shield there already. We can go for the shield here as well. I don't go for the shield actually. And I'm gonna go ahead and go into my own Ferrothorn here. We'll be able to go ahead and go for 1 charge move and Power Whip, or we'll be able to just now go ahead and yeah, we can just now align our Ho-Oh against the opponent. We know already that they don't have Thunder because they showed us Flash Cannon before. We will be able to farm them all the way down. And Ho-Oh, actually I make a mistake here. I should have just went for the Brave Bird first, I think. Oh no, for the Earthquake first and then for Brave Bird, but I did it the opposite ring around basically, which was not really the smartest because now they can fire me down. But it doesn't really matter too much here as we're going to easily be able to win this game. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely can recommend you, if you have a Camerupt, to play this Pokemon. It just beats out Toxapex. It just destroys the meta right now. Hope you enjoyed this one and leave a like if you did. See you in the next one. Bye.